All right, let's start with GU. So first and foremost, we have the first round of NFP, ADP NFP in about 16 minutes. All right. I do expect a nice bearish drop on the dollar because if you look at how the previous daily candle closed, it closed with a massive wick to the upside. On top of that, we created support here, made this nice break, came up here to create a lower high, and now it's just like price is kind of testing that lower high to make a double top. Like, create support, go back up, retest that level, can't maintain resistance, or does maintain resistance, drops, creates a lower high, comes back down, comes back up, creates this massive wick, and we're in a 78.6% level, which some people call a OTE or optimum trade entry or something like that. So I think potentially price could go back to this level, but yeah, maybe like in 15 minutes or so, or 60 minutes, 15. So because I have a bearish bias on the dollar, and that is mainly due to, why do I have a bearish bias? Okay. Oopsies. You see the red is still over the blue. We're still maintaining this bearish trend. So yeah, that's why. And instead of waiting for bearish candle close on the weekly time frame before confidently taking sells or good or higher probability trades on other US pairs. So it's like when this weekly candle closes bearish, it'll be way more confirmation to continue bearish. But on just like the daily time frame, I think that price could possibly continue bearish, but we don't know until we see, right? So if price continues bearish, that means it'll push GU bullish, which is what I've been waiting for a while. The previous weekly candle closed as a doji. So this is the US pair that I'm more focused on than the other ones because I like how the previous candle closed. So I was really just waiting for a bullish candle close on the daily this week. And honestly, that might happen today, the end of Wednesday, giving me better, more high probability trade entries on Thursday, which is tomorrow. But we'll see. Let's see. Oops. Relax. We got a whole bunch of news. Oh my gosh, a whole bunch of news for oh my goodness. There's a lot of news for tomorrow on GBPJPY. I didn't even see that until now. But so like what if most of that news is good, right? And then it pushes the pound bullish. That's a possibility. So yeah, I have a bullish bias on GU. I can't take buys yet because I haven't seen what I needed to see yet. I see this level as being constantly respected. But still I gotta have more bullish orders injected into the market before I can trade something that makes sense to me. The previous weekly on UJ closed bearish, and I really wanted to take sells, but the fact that price has gone so much past that previously weekly high, it's kind of making me uncomfortable. I don't know. I don't really want to take it like that. So I don't really have like a little flag next to UJ. But at the same time, if the dollar goes with the flow of the weekly, that'll eventually push it down. If not today or tomorrow, more than likely next week, which will cause UJ to take a dip also, right? And then the current direction that we have on the yen is more so bullish. And I will tell you why. The previous weekly candle closed as creating support and a higher low, as you can see. It did close with massive wick to the upside, but at the same time, at the end of the day, it still created support. So we got to honor that. So mainly what I've been waiting on this here was a daily candle close bullish like that, right? And then the following day we can go ahead and expect more bullish movement for the yen, which will cause UJ and GJ to go bearish, so it's like, all right. And then EU and gold I'm not really looking at right now. Let's see, the previous weekly candle closed bearish. So it's like, I could take buys this week, but it wouldn't be high probability. And the way this previous daily candle closed with this wick to the downside and a small bearish body, there's a potential that price could continue bullish. There's a potential. It, you know, it exists. But I would just prefer to take something where the weekly candle has already done what it needs to do to transfer from sellers to buyers. And gold, the previous weekly candle closed as a bearish candle with hella way to the upside. So it's just like, I don't want to take any buys this week, even though I do believe that like the dollar pairs, like the dollar is more than likely going to push bearish. But if that pushes bearish, then gold will more than likely go up. That's what, but when we have the previous weekly candle looking like this, I don't want to take buys because we just made resistance on the weekly. So what makes more sense to me now is taking sells because we have one bearish massive engulfing, another bearish massive engulfing, and they created lower highs and doing it again. But still, like, if I take something that's aligned with the dollar, it will be more, I'd rather wait for the following weekly candle on gold to close. You know what I mean? Wait for some bullish movement. Wait for support to be created, because I still see this as being a higher high and a higher low, but at the same time, we have the red of the blue, we have this previous weekly creating resistance. You know what I mean? It's just not really in line with like my hypothesis of the dollar, but they don't have to be. Yeah, the previous monthly candle closed respecting this area of support, which is cute, but I don't want to like ignore the current trend that we're in at the same time. You know, like it could totally continue bullish, and if the dollar continues bullish, that means UJ has a higher chance of going bullish right now as well. But you see the previous monthly candle on UJ also closed bearish. There's a potential that we can have some more bearish movement within this month. Might not be this week, but I do expect it to be because of how price is right now. So yeah, that's my outlook for right now. Currently, I am in GJ sells. And I got into sells based off of the fact that the previous weekly closed bearish. And so I was just waiting. Right. So when we had, all right, when we had this close right here, that bearish candle close, that's when I was like, all right, cool, I'll take some sells. Because at the end of the day, we're at a weekly level. We are at 78.6%. We made a bearish engulfing on the 1 hour. We hit this level again and again and created a bearish engulfing to say, hey, we're going to hit it again. We're going to go the opposite way. We don't have enough buyers to maintain pushing past this level right now. So when we go back down, grab some buyers and come back when we can, you know, have this conversation again in the future and probably break this level. So yeah, we will see what it do in a few minutes, 7 minutes and 20 seconds until something pops. So we'll see what happens.